What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you? I hope you guys are good. I'm not going to waste no time. I'm going to jump right into this tonight. Tonight's topic is human trafficking finances, the global economy of human sex trafficking, a deep dive into the financial dimensions of modern day slavery. Human sex trafficking is not just a human rights crisis, it is also one of the most profitable criminal enterprises in the world. The United Nations, the International Labor Organization, or the ILO, and numerous advocacy groups have estimated that the global trafficking industry generates hundreds of billions of dollars annually. These illicit profits rival those of major multinational corporations and even some small economies. The purpose of this report is to break down how much money is flowing into the hands of traffickers in the United States and worldwide, highlighting the sheer scale of this dark economy. Understanding the economics of human trafficking. To understand the financial power of human trafficking, we must first recognize. Hang on. Understanding the financial power of human trafficking, we must first recognize its business model. Traffickers generate revenue in the following ways: sexual exploitation. Victims are forced into prostitution, pornography, and other forms of commercial sex, often under coercion and violence. This is the most profitable form of human trafficking. Forced labor. Some victims are exploited for non sexual forced labor, which also contributes significantly to illicit financial flows. Debt bondage. Victims are often trapped in a cycle of financial dependence where they owe traffickers for their transport, housing, and other fabricated expenses. Online exploitation. The digital age has fueled trafficking, with criminal enterprises making money from online pornography, webcamming, and other exploitive activities. What's up, Mary Jane Doe? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Global financial impact of human trafficking. According to the latest estimates from the ILO, forced labor, including sex trafficking, generates an astonishing $236 billion annually in illegal profits worldwide. Of that amount, approximately 169.9 billion comes from sex trafficking alone. This makes human trafficking one of the most lucrative criminal industries, second only to drug dealing. Thank you, Mary Jane. No, I do appreciate the support, especially on these serious streams like this. To put this number in perspective, Amazon, one of the world's largest companies, reported revenues of approximately 500 billion in 2023. The illegal profits from human trafficking almost amount to nearly half of that. Think about it. The combined annual revenue of Visa, Apple, and Walmart fall within the range of profits generated by forced sexual exploitation. If human trafficking were a country, its GDP would surpass that of more than 100 nations. Regional breakdown of human trafficking profits. The distribution of illicit trafficking profits varies across the globe. Here's a regional analysis of how much money is flowing through these criminal networks. Europe and Central Asia, 84 billion. Asia and the Pacific, 62 billion. The Americas, including the US, 52 billion. Africa, 20 billion. Arab states, 18 billion. These numbers make it clear that human trafficking is not just an issue in one part of the world. It is a deeply entrenched global crisis. A closer look at the United States. In the United States, human trafficking is the second most profitable criminal industry, trailing only behind drug trafficking. It is estimated that human trafficking, both sexual and labor, generate at least $32 billion annually just within the United States alone. Yep, I agree. People need to know, Mary Jane Doe. Absolutely. The demand for commercial sex fuels a vast underground economy, with traffickers raking in thousands of dollars per victim each year. Online trafficking has seen exponential growth, with criminals leveraging social media, escort websites, and illicit content sharing platforms to exploit victims. Many traffickers operate under the guise of legitimate businesses such as massage parlors, escort services, and strip clubs, which generate billions of dollars each year alone. And what's the cost to society? Well, the cost of human trafficking to society. While the profits traffickers make are staggering, the societal costs are even greater. Human trafficking devastates individuals, families, and communities in ways that are difficult to quantify. Healthcare costs. Survivors often require extensive medical and psychological care due to abuse, manipulation, and sexually transmitted infections. The burden on healthcare systems is immense. Law enforcement and legal expenses. Governments spend billions annually on investigations, prosecutions, and victim rehabilitation efforts. Lost productivity. Trafficked individuals are denied the opportunity to contribute meaningfully to society, creating significant economic losses in legitimate industries. Generational trauma. The cycle of abuse and exploitation extends beyond individuals, affecting entire families and communities for generations. How do traffickers launder the money? To avoid detection, traffickers often launder their illicit profits through various means. 1. Shell companies, setting up fake businesses that appear legitimate. 2. Cryptocurrency transactions, using Bitcoin and other digital assets to move money anonymously. Casinos and gambling operations, converting cash proceeds into casino chips to create the appearance of legal earnings. Real estate investments, buying properties and funneling trafficking money through rental and through sell transactions. Who profits from human trafficking? The financial web of trafficking extends beyond individual criminals. Several industries have been complicit, whether knowingly or unknowingly. Hotels and hospitality. Many traffickers use hotels as hubs for exploitation. Technology companies, social media platforms, advertising networks, and even mainstream financial services sometimes facilitate trafficking through lax regulations. Legal and financial institutions. Some banks and real estate firms fail to detect illicit transactions, allowing traffickers to move large sums of money undetected. Fighting back, the financial war on trafficking. The fight against human trafficking is not just about rescuing victims. It's about cutting off the financial lifeline that keeps this industry alive. Here are some key strategies. Number one, stronger legislation. Governments must enforce stricter penalties for traffickers and those who knowingly enable them. Two, financial regulations. Banks and financial institutions need better tools to identify and freeze accounts linked to trafficking. Corporate accountability. Businesses should be held responsible for their supply chains to ensure no forced labor or trafficking related services are involved. Increased awareness. The most the more people are educated about human trafficking, the harder it becomes for traffickers to operate. Victim support services. Funding rehabilitation programs for survivors ensures they do not fall back into exploitation. In conclusion, human sex trafficking is not only a moral outrage, but a financial powerhouse fueling organized crime worldwide. With profits exceeding 169 million or billion dollars globally and 32 billion dollars in the United States alone. This is a crisis that demands urgent attention. Every dollar spent on combating trafficking and supporting survivors is a step towards dismantling this vast criminal empire. Through education, advocacy, policy reform, and financial security, we can work together to put an end to modern day slavery. Thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit and taking the time to engage in this discussion. Um, the more we understand about the scale and scope of human trafficking, the better equipped we are to fight it. So let's continue to stand together against this atrocity and advocate for a future where no one is bought, sold, or exploited. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for a minute. I'll be going live here in a little bit later or here in a little while after this, but I just wanted to come on here because it is Awareness Monday, and I got to stick to what I got to do. So there is that. I mean, this is one of those things that makes it hard for me to do YouTube is because there's never a lot of people here at these live streams, and that's when I'd like people to be here more often than not. Just like Mary Jane Doe, the only one in my chat. So I appreciate it, Mary Jane Doe.
Mm-hmm. But there's more people in there.
Oh, I can't get on my phone.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, Mary Jane Doe, and people watching from the rest stop. I'm gonna get here. What's up, Jersey? I appreciate you stopping by and saying hi. I'll be going live here like 11:30, I think, so in 45 minutes or so to do a regular stream. But this is Awareness Monday, so yeah, we got 7 people in here. But But with that being said, this is G2K. I appreciate you guys that are here today. I really do. And we'll talk to y'all in a bit.
You messed me up.
You're welcome, Jersey. You are welcome.
I didn't mess it up.
That's right.